Right, here we go again. Another. Find the equation of the line. Now remember, third time, you need a point and a slope. Well, great, I have a point right here. It is -9, -10. Great, there's the point. Where's the slope? You got it. So, it's hidden in this extra piece of information. The line we're looking for is perpendicular to this line here. Okay. Now imagine if the question had said it's parallel to this line here. If it's a parallel question, whatever the slope of this line is in this equation will be the same as the slope for this new line I'm finding, because they're parallel. So you're trying to find the slope from this particular equation. If the question is parallel, you would use the same slope. Unfortunately, it's perpendicular. But first of all, what we need to do in these is we need to find the slope. So we need to change this equation to y equals. Remember, y equals mx plus b, then the number next to the x is the slope. Right, here we go. So, there it is. How to get this to just the y by itself. I need to get rid of this -7x. What do? You add 7x to both sides. Alright, add 7x to both sides. Okay? Right, that's gone. So, 2y equals, and in order, we tend to write the x first. 7x plus 47. Okay, that's 47. Okay? Right, what do we do now? We divide by 2. We divide by the number next to the letter. Now remember, you don't really have to do this 47 over 2. You don't have to divide everything by 2. You're just looking for the thing next to the x. What is it? You're looking for the slope. The slope, therefore, is positive 7 over 2. That is m, okay, equals 7 over 2. All right? That's what the slope is. Now, honestly, folks, I'm taking this from a different test. I'm taking it from, actually, a slightly harder one, actually, because the ones on the test, and probably the one I'll give you, won't have a number in front of the x. In other words, what I'm trying to get at you is that there, if that is the slope, 7 over 2, then you've got to go back, and again, remember how we did it for the previous one? Now I've got this as well, equals 7 over 2, and then you've got to do the whole y equals mx plus b thing again, you know, put the y in as -10, the m in as 7, and you're dealing with nasty fractions again. So I think what I'll do is let me just go back to the actual this. Imagine, and I'll just erase this, I'll just show you why. So imagine, and I think this is more likely what you got in the test anyway. I'll do all that, okay. Get rid of this. And I'm just in here, I'll get rid of that, alright. Imagine this little eraser. And instead, I'm going to write that. Now imagine if it was that, and that's probably more like you'll see on the test. So I'm going to run through it again, okay. Right. Okay, so I am going to have to subtract x from both sides, okay, take away x, okay, so 2y equals -x plus 47. I wrote the x first again, okay, so there we go, okay, so instead of 7 it's just a single nice little x, not 7x like what the question actually shows you. Right, I still divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Now remember, I'm not looking for the y-intercept. The 47 over 2 I'm not interested in. I just want to know what the slope is. Okay, so that's gone. Now if I put a 1 here, okay, 1, alright, because -x is -1x, can you see the slope right now equals -1/2. Okay, great. I have found the slope of this. Here we go. So this is maybe this is the question I'll use, okay, instead of the other one. I have found the slope of that. It is -1/2 by changing it from this standard form to the y equals mx plus b form, or just y equals m. I'm just looking for the slope, okay, as long as I've got y equals. Now here's the thing, what I kind of didn't mention before when I used the previous number is this is the slope, and if you have a question that is parallel, okay, if it's a parallel question, you would use this slope, but remember this is a perpendicular question. Look at the question again. It's perpendicular. Alright, there it is, perpendicular. So again, what I'll do is I'll just scratch this, pretend we're not using this one, okay, pretending it's just x plus 2y, alright, it's perpendicular to this, okay. So again, I'm not going to use this, I'm not using this. Okay, so this is the question. It's perpendicular. Again, what we found the slope of this particular equation is negative 1/2. If it's parallel, you would use negative 1/2 because parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular, some people might know this, we do what's called negative reciprocal. You turn the thing upside down and change the sign, right? Negative 1/2 will become positive 2/1, okay? And that's the slope you're going to use for the perpendicular line, okay? So remember, it's a perpendicular question. Whatever slope you find for this one, you've got to turn it upside down and change the sign to use in the problem. So that is what I'm going to stick on here, right? Not that, but m equals 2. Now that will make life so much easier than using fractions, and trust me, the test question will be something like that, alright? You'll get a nice number. So, remember, y equals mx plus b. What's the y? It's negative 10. Equals, what's the m, the slope? Well, great, it's 2. What's the x? Excuse my phone. What's the x? It's negative 9. Alright? And I've still got plus b. Okay, so remember, I've stuck it into y equals mx plus b. Alright, mx, there's the m, there's the x. Right, okay, so negative 10 equals, what's 2 times negative 9? It's negative 18. I've still got b, and that's what I've got to find. I'm going to add 18 to both sides. Okay, to get rid of that negative 18, I would positive an 18. Right, well that gives me b equals positive 8, doesn't it? Okay, b equals 8. There we go, right there. Okay, so if b is 8, here's your final answer. Y equals, what's the slope? Remember, we found it was 2. That's the number next to the x. What's the y-intercept? It's 8. So plus 8. Y equals 2x plus 8 is the answer. Okay, and that's how you do those. Run through it again. Okay, remember, so we had to change all this up here, the actual equation, we had to get y equals to find the slope. Okay, because remember, we need a point and a slope. So I need to change that to y equals. But remember, this is a perpendicular question. Once I found that slope, remember what I did? It's perpendicular, upside down, change the sign. And then I can use a nice 2 back in the equation to find b, and everything runs again. Okay, there you go.